Okay, now let us discuss another fat soluble vitamin, that is vitamin E. Vitamin E is named as tocopherol. This vitamin E is otherwise called as anti-sterility factor. Anti-sterility factor. Vitamin E is otherwise called as anti-sterility factor because it is first identified. The role of vitamin E is identified in the fertility factor of males. So this is helpful in retaining the fertility capability of the male. So this is called as anti-sterility factor also. This is because this is responsible for the fertility factor. This is called anti-sterility factor. Vitamin E refers to the group of compounds called tocopherols and tocotrienols. Tocopherols and tocotrienols. Tocopherols, we have alpha tocopherol, beta tocopherol, gamma tocopherol, delta tocopherol. So these tocopherols, they differ in number and position of the methyl groups in the ring. Alpha tocopherol is the most common and potent vitamin E compound. Okay, so we have alpha tocopherol, beta tocopherols, gamma tocopherols, delta tocopherols. Among all the four, alpha tocopherol is the most potent compound of vitamin E. Coming to the chemistry of vitamin E, the name given to a group of tocopherols and tocotrienols. So group of compounds called tocopherols and tocotrienols comes under vitamin E. Tocopherols, if you see, they are derivatives of 6-hydroxychromane ring. 6-hydroxychromane ring, that is called tocol ring, with isoprenoid side chain. There are 8 naturally occurring tocopherols like alpha, beta, gamma, delta and so on. So total 8 naturally occurring tocopherols have been identified with vitamin E activity. So see the structure of vitamin E here, the chromane ring along with the isoprenoid unit. Coming to the sources of vitamin E, vitamin E is mainly rich in vegetable oils like wheat germ oil, cottonseed oil, peanut or groundnut oil, corn oil, sunflower oil. So vegetable oils are more rich in vitamin E substances. Vitamin E is also present to some extent in the meat, milk, butter and eggs. But the good sources, if you see good sources of vitamin E, the vegetable oils, these are moderate sources. Meat, milk, butter, eggs, these are moderate sources of vitamin E. The RDA for vitamin E, if you see, required dietary allowance in case of males 10 mg per day, females 8 mg per day. In case of pregnant woman 10 mg per day is required. In case of lactation 12 mg per day is required. Absorption of vitamin E, if you see, absorption takes place along with the other lipid substances that are present in the diet. The biles also are required along with the chylomicrons for the absorption of these vitamin E. So the absorbed vitamin E is delivered to the tissues through VLDL from the liver. VLDL, very low density lipoproteins, they transport these vitamin E to the other tissues of the body. Tocopherols distributed where antioxidant action is required. Tocopherols distributed where antioxidant actions is required. So antioxidants, because this vitamin E acts as an antioxidant, this is present mainly in the tissues where the antioxidant action is required. The major site for the storage of vitamin E is adipose tissue. It is mainly stored in the adipose tissue. Active form of vitamin E, if you see, the alpha tocopherol is the active form of vitamin E. Also, any of the several tocopherol derivatives are also active form of vitamin E, like beta, gamma, delta or tocopherols are also active forms, but most active form among the vitamin E forms is alpha tocopherol. If you see the biochemical functions of vitamin E, it is naturally occurring antioxidant. The antioxidant property of vitamin E is due to the presence of chromane ring. chromium ring in its structure. Most of the functions of vitamin E are related to its antioxidant property. Let us see, vitamin E acts as scavenger and gets itself oxidized to quinone form by free radicals and spares polyunsaturated fatty acid. Vitamin E act as scavenger and gets itself oxidized to quinone form by free radicals and spares polyunsaturated fatty acids. If you see in the body, the cell membrane consists of lipids and it consists of polyunsaturated fatty acids also. So these polyunsaturated fatty acids are responsible for maintenance of the permeability of the various cells membranes. So these polyunsaturated fatty acids, they may be acted by the free radicals. So these free radicals, these free radicals should be quenched. Their activity should be quenched. So it is done by the vitamin E. So vitamin E acts as scavenger by clearing these free radicals. As a result, it protects the polyunsaturated fatty acids that are present in the cell membrane. Similarly, vitamin E is essential for the membrane structure and integrity of the cell membrane. So it acts as a membrane antioxidant. Then vitamin E preserves and maintains the germinal epithelium of gonads. Germinal epithelium of gonads means testes and ovaries contains this germinal epithelium. The germinal epithelium is protected by the vitamin E levels. So this is responsible for the proper reproductive function. So proper reproductive function, vitamin E is required because it preserves and maintains the germinal epithelium of gonads. It increases, arrow mark means increases, up arrow mark increases. So it increases the synthesis of heme by enhancing the activity of enzymes like delta ALA synthase, delta aminolevulinic acid synthase and ALA dehydratase. So this vitamin E increases the heme synthesis, Then it is required for cellular respiration. Through electron transport chain. Vitamin E protects oxidation of vitamin A and carotenes. It is required for proper storage of creatine in skeletal muscles. It is needed for optimal absorption of amino acids from the intestine. It is involved in proper synthesis of nucleic acids also. It protects liver from being damaged by toxic compounds such as carbon tetrachloride. It works association with vitamin A, C and beta carotene to delay the onset of cataract. It has been recommended for the prevention of chronic diseases such as cancer and heart diseases also. Vitamin E along with another trace element called selenium, it is a very important component for the glutathione peroxidase enzyme that destroys the free radicals. So selenium is also involved in antioxidant functions, being part associated with vitamin E. So this is also part of the free radical destroying system, so also acts as antioxidant. So both of them, vitamin E and selenium, they act synergistically. If you see deficiency manifestations of vitamin E in humans, deficiency is very rare. In humans, deficiency of vitamin E is very rare because the vitamin E is consumed through vegetable oils and it is abundantly present. So the deficiency is very rare. If you see the symptoms of vitamin E deficiency, they are not seen in humans, but it is also seen in other animals also. So symptoms, if you see, increased fragility of erythrocytes, so causes hemolysis. Then minor neurological symptoms is also observed. And vitamin E, other name for vitamin E is alpha tocopherol. The active form is alpha tocopherol and other tocopherols are also acts as active forms of vitamin E. The main function is antioxidant property. The deficiency is rare. Symptoms and signs of deficiency includes red cell fragility leading to hemolysis. Toxicity of vitamin E is not reported actually The benefits of supplementation also is not established in control trials also. Okay, so this is about